Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Rockabessa, Hitchin Hearts, UK, in association with Bloodfire Studios and AJLR Media, welcome to the Big Debate Show. I'm your host, the Judge, and each and every Monday from the hour of 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., you, the viewers, will be able to have a good debate with me. Now, before I go on any further, once again, let me introduce you to Nikki, who will be helping me and debating with me throughout the show. Nikki, once again.
Evening.
Good evening to you. And how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm really good. I feel really good. I feel happy tonight. I don't know why, just happy. But it's nice to have you on board.
Thank you.
You ready for the next big debate?
I'm always ready.
I know. Now, we've only got 1 hour, just an hour, so I have to go straight into it because an hour goes really quick. So on tonight's show, it's has Britain gone too far with immigration? That's what we will be debating tonight. Has Britain gone too far with immigration? Now, I'm going to tell the viewers how to get involved in the show in just a moment's time, but you know what? I'm going to kick it off right now with Nikki, because, you know, this is a touchy subject.
For who?
For a lot of people, Nikki.
Why?
Well, hold on. The show's just start.
Yeah.
And straight away, you're on me. Why are you on me straight away? I haven't even started the show yet. Give me a chance, Nikki.
I'm just saying, for who? Who is it tricky for?
I didn't say tricky. I said it's touchy.
What?
Immigration.
Yeah,
Now, let
touchy.
me say this, please. Let me say this. To all my viewers out there, have you seen a massive influx of migrants in your town or in your area? If you want to get involved in the show, I want to tell you exactly how to get involved in the show. But you know what? In the last 10 years, I've seen it, and I'm sure you've seen it, Nikki. There's been an absolute massive influx of immigrants from all around Europe. And I've heard so many things, you know, people being not too happy. Some people have been angry because it's put a strain on so many services and jobs, and you know, it's put a strain on their towns and where they live. Now, Nikki, I'm going to ask you.
Over the last 10 years?
Last 10 years? In the last 5 years? In the last 3 years?
I think you find over the last 50, 60 years, there's been a flock of immigrants, but they just come from different places.
I'm trying to direct it to Europe right now, and what I'm going to say to
Europe,
you,
though?
what I'm going to say to you is, has Britain gone too far with immigration, Nikki?
Might be
That is the
funny.
question on the big debate show.
If it weren't for
tonight.
immigration, I wouldn't be here now. My family came from Ireland, half of it did. So I wouldn't be here, so no. But what I do think though, personally, is that we should cap it. like Australia. Australia's got it right. England's letting too many people through without any skills, no jobs, and they're just coming here and they're going on the benefits and they're getting houses and that. I don't agree with that, but if they've got the skills and the jobs are there, and
let them in. Let them in. Is that what you're saying? If they've got
can
the
I
skills,
finish before you jump in.
Okay.
I'm saying, like Australia, if they meet the criteria, they meet all the point scoring, then yes. If they're going to boost our economy, yes. But if they're going to put a little drain on our economy, or they're coming over here and they've got no job, they don't speak English, they need to speak English. You know what? I went to the shop the other week.
Did you?
I thought I was in a different country because the bloke behind the counter did not understand the word I was saying, which did frustrate me a bit. But I think that should be part of it. Learn English, learn our culture, accept our morals, live like how we do. I don't agree with immigrants coming over and forcing their own beliefs on us.
Okay,
hold
change.
On. No, you've asked me, so I'm telling you. But apart from that, if they're boosting our economy, I haven't got an issue. But if they're here and they're not, and they're coming over for the benefits, for the free National Health Service, for free accommodation.
Right, let me stop you there. Let me stop you there. Let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. All the viewers, if you just tuned in, we're talking about, has Britain gone too far with immigration? You've just heard Nikki stating her point. And I'm going to say this right now. The phone lines will be open. In fact, they are right now. So if you've got something to say on this topic, the number to call, which you will see on the screen, is 07818 361 551. I'll say that again, 07818 361 551. But if you don't want to speak to the judge directly, you know, if you feel like you don't want to speak to me, I don't know why, I'm a nice man.
I can't think why.
You can Facebook or use the Twitter, or you can text me. But all the texts we won't read out until about 15 minutes to the end of the show. So it's nice to hear your voice. Now, you've heard Nikki, you know, she's saying it's okay as long as they come with skills and all that. And I keep hearing this thing about Australia. Let me just say this to you.
Or Canada.
Let me just say this. You've had a good turn. May I speak, please?
I'm just saying, Canada's just as good.
May I
Actually,
speak?
it's more stricter.
All right.
Just saying.
Now,
they got it right.
you've got, and I've heard it all around the town when I do my little researches, and people always mention Australia. But the funny thing is, we're not in Australia. Let's get this straight. We're part of the EU. So before we start talking about we should be like Australia, let's just get it right. We're not Australia, we're Great Britain. And in this country, we are part of the EU. That means people have a right, free movement of people. People can come in and go out. You know, if you think about this, here's a little stat for you. There's about 2.2 million British people working in Europe. Yeah, just remember that. And I like to say this: immigration. Can I?
Well, can I just add something?
Can I? Go on then.
They're working. They're not claiming benefits. They're not. They're working. They're paying towards their economy.
Yes.
In that. Just let
I
you
didn't
know.
say they're not working.
But you're saying about Brits in
if
other
you
countries,
stop interrupting me,
working.
I will carry on with what I'm trying to say.
Go ahead.
Right, yes, but they are working in other countries. Now, I like to hear from my viewers. If you're frustrated with the influx of migrants, if you've seen where you've been trying to go for jobs, or you know, the doctors, and it's put a strain on. I like to hear from you on the Big Debate Show. I am the judge, your host, with Nikki. And if you'd like to say something about tonight's topic, just call me 07818 361 551. Immigration. it gets people wound up, Nikki.
I can also say though, these immigrants that are coming over here to work are doing the ones that the lazy British don't want to do. So yeah, let them, if they're working, that's fine, because they're doing the ones that, and there's plenty of jobs out there, there's plenty of sites out there that you can go on, agencies, there's jobs out there, you can get it just like that if you're willing to work different hours, different places, but people aren't because they're too lazy. And that's when the Eastern European have got a different mindset. They're coming there working the hours. Now, if British people don't like it, well, they don't take the jobs you're too lazy to take.
Oh, do you agree with Nikki? Or have you got your own say? Would you like to speak to me directly? Have you seen it where your area has been overwhelmed with people from other countries? Are you sick and tired with this open door? It's just open and you want it to close. I mean, UKIP.
What about UKIP?
I mean,
they're just chat rubbish. They're just forcing people, scaremongering.
They've come on to the scene and they're making waves. It might be. Let me finish. Hold on. They're starting to, make impacts in little areas, yeah. And hold on. And UKIP, right now, a lot of people see them as the third party, not so much liberals. And the reason is, in my eyes, is because UKIP, one of their strongest policies is to get out of Europe. Now,
but they're also strong. They're fighting for NHS to be made privatise it. So we've got to pay for it. People aren't paying attention to their other policies. They're
so
they're
why
get rid of all the immigrants.
Why are they getting so many votes?
Because people are ignorant. They're just thinking, they're going to get rid of all the immigrants, but they're not realising the other aspects to that particular group of people who will destroy the country, because at the end of the day they want to privatise everything, and you have no NHS. The housing will be going.
I like all this. I like what I'm hearing now, because
if you're going to fight for UKIP,
if you've just tuned in,
with your ignorant selves,
welcome to the Big Debate Show. We're talking about, has Britain gone too far with immigration? What's your say? Have you got a passionate thing about all these migrants coming in? I hear it, I talk to people, I hear things like, they're taking over our jobs, they're Can I?
But they're not though.
Can I?
Oh, it just winds me up when people
They're taking over our jobs, Nikki. They're taking over the schools. But let me tell you this, as I'm the judge, and it's the Big Debate Show, yeah? Without immigration in this country, when you look on the doctors, 11%, 26%.
That's nurses.
26%.
Nurses.
And
11%, so you were right.
you look on, and you look on the NHS, and you look, if you go and you see the nurses and see how many immigrants have come over here and helped the country. I think hold on. I think it is an amazing, it's a pleasure. And I've worked with a lot of Eastern Europeans,
but
Nikki.
Not just Eastern
Hold on. Can I say this? I've worked
That's
with
an ignorant thing. Everyone thinks that all the immigrants are Eastern European.
I've worked with a lot of Eastern Europeans, and I personally cannot say, you know what, they're coming over here, and the ones I know are working. They're not on benefits, they're not scrounging, they're coming over here to feed their families. What do you think? It's the Big Debate Show. I am the judge with Nikki. If you've just tuned in, has immigration gone too far in Britain? Have your say on the show. 15 minutes have gone already, Nikki. It goes too quick. Don't waste time. Don't think about it. Don't even hesitate. If you got something to say, say it on the Big Debate Show. You can either Facebook, Twitter, or even text. But I love to hear your voice. 07818 361 551. People say this country was built on immigration, Nikki.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah? And I
haven't got an issue with immigration. I've got an issue with there needs to be a cap.
Mm-hmm.
There does need to be a cap where...
How can you cap something when we are part of the EU, Nikki?
Well, I think we need to come out of the EU, to be
Well,
honest.
that's your own opinion. What?
Because really, it's
Well,
we really do need to come out of the European
you know what?
thing.
That's your opinion, and I would love to hear from the viewers out there. What's your opinion on this? You know, immigration, has it affected your lives? Is it something that you get wound up? Is it, as Nikki said, she went into a shop and
they weren't Eastern European, by the way. But
I didn't say that.
Just so you know. But you keep
Can
saying these Eastern
let me
European.
carry on. Let me carry on.
Not just the Eastern
You
European.
went into a shop, and what did you say, Nikki?
I had to repeat myself about 4 or 5 times.
Because?
I'm thinking, hold on a minute, I'll just get the translation book out. I'm in England. I should be able to order something.
Okay, but
And they understand
you
what
know
I'm saying.
what? I am not trying to target all those hard-working migrants who've come over here, because I tell you something. This is the judge, and I tell you something. Back in the 50s and 60s, I remember when they said, no blacks, no dogs, and no
Yeah,
Irish.
there's no blacks, no Irish, no dogs.
Well,
Yeah, my nan remembers that as well.
whatever it was,
Yeah,
it
my nan
was
remembers
those
that.
3 words, yeah?
Yeah.
And I remember, like so many other viewers whose parents are from other countries, you know, the parents came over here and they wanted to put into the system. And every migrant back in those days, especially the ones that I know, they came over here to work.
Well, yeah.
So what is the big thing, Nikki?
What
Now-
did you not hear what I just said?
What is the big
Did you
thing?
not hear what I just said? I haven't got an issue with those that come in here that are working, that are contributing to the economy. I've got an issue with the ones that come over here, doesn't speak a word of English, hasn't got a job to come to, so why are you coming? You ain't got a job. Stay where you are until you find a job.
Okay, it's easy for you to say why they're coming. Let me put this to you, and let me put this to my viewers, yeah? Because, you know, Nikki says, why are you coming over here? You ain't got a job.
No.
You want to take and you don't want to give. You just want to take, get benefits.
All right, can I
but
give you an
can I say
example?
this?
I'll give you an example.
Can I say this to you? If you was from another country, my viewers, if you was from another country and you knew that you could get a better life, wouldn't you want to move? Yeah? Because the way...
on the free?
How...
Scroungers. That's scroungers. I want a better life and I get it for nothing. That's scrounging.
Everybody wants a better life,
Yeah, of course
Nikki.
we do.
Everybody wants a
But I'm
better
not going to go to another country and scrounge off them. because
That's
it's a
you,
better
Nikki.
life. No,
That is
that's-
you.
See, and that's what irritates me. Come over here and
It's-
scrounge. Go ahead. And then you wonder why we get annoyed.
It's the judge for the Big Debate Show. Come and have your say. 07818 361 551. We are talking about, has Britain gone too far with immigration? You know what? Immigration, I think, is a very good thing for this country. I think without it, we wouldn't be where we are today. And I honestly think
No, they've contributed. They haven't made it what it is.
I honestly think
You're going on like immigrants have made England. No, the British people have made England. They've contributed to it.
Hold on.
Well, you just said
Everybody has made...
They're contributing. But
Everybody
you're saying
has
immigrants have made the country what it is. No, they haven't. They've
Oh my
contributed.
word, they've done their part, Nikki.
They've done their part.
They've done their
contributed,
part.
But they ain't
Of
built
course,
it.
because at the end of the
Take
day,
it back then.
there is
Saying
more...
it's the immigrants
Hold
that
on.
built this country. No, it
There
ain't.
is more
They contributed.
British who were... Of course, it's only a small percentage of the country, Nikki.
now you're taking it
Of
back.
course.
Okay, thank
But
you.
they've done a major part. And
They've
they've invested, and the money...
Contributed.
The money that has come in to this country because of immigration is vast. So
And that's why we stay
I'll
in
tell you
recession, is
something.
it?
It's not because of that. It's the bankers, Nikki. Shoot down the bankers, Nikki. Don't shoot down the immigrants. Shoot down the bankers. Say something bad about the bankers, Nikki.
I've got plenty to say about them, but
it's
that's
the
another
bankers.
show.
It's not the immigrants. The immigrants, the migrants who
But
come
don't
over
go on
here
like
have
they
done.
made this country.
They've done excellent. And I tell you something,
Chat
I am
rubbish,
proud.
yeah.
Well, you can say I chat rubbish, but I am proud that my parents came over here in the 60s
And contributed the same way as my family
and worked
did.
very hard. Now,
Same my
if
family.
you have something to say on the big debate show, my viewers, 07818 361 551.
I'll tell you what wound me up one time. I was made redundant, so I had to take myself down to the job centre. I was there saying, you've got to look for 9 jobs a week. I said, not a problem, I'll look for 90 jobs a week. Then next to me is this old girl going, yeah, I've been in this country 5 years, never worked, and I've had benefits ever since. I go, need some more benefit. That wound me up.
That wound you up?
It wound me up, I tell you.
Yes. Well, I can say this. And
See,
you might...
they're the ones that need to go back to their country.
Ooh.
Sorry. The ones that are over here 5 years and
Nikki.
not worked a day in their life and taking benefits. No. You earn here.
Well, I've got news for you. I've got news.
There's jobs out there.
I've got news.
Should I tell you what?
I've got news for you, Nikki. I've got news for you.
Go ahead.
Can I say this to you?
Go ahead.
There's more lazy British people.
Did I not just say that?
There
though?
is
Did
more.
I not say
so
that?
get them. You
Did
have
I
your
not say that?
campaign. Forget the immigrants. Get
No,
the
the
lazy British people
Hold on.
off their arse and start
Did I
working.
not say that at the beginning? That there's too many lazy people in England sitting on their
Don't
backside.
shoot down the little percentage of
Oh,
migrants.
you know what? There's
Don't
too-
shoot them down, Nikki.
I
The
am.
little. Don't
I'm
shoot.
shooting down
Don't shoot
anyone.
them. Don't shoot down
I'm
the
shooting
little.
down anyone who sits on their backside because they're lazy, not get a job. And don't tell me there's no jobs out there, because there is, right? Only look and read. There's plenty of frigging jobs. So get yourself a job. And those ones that are over here for 5 years, sucking out the benefits for 5 years, I know there's one in particular, but there's plenty more like her, go back. And those,
Go back where, Nikki? Where are they going to go back to?
where they come from?
A lot of people have come from extreme circumstances.
So what? We come from. I might have come from extreme circumstances. Where can I go?
War-torn countries, Nikki.
My family come from Ireland.
War-torn countries.
Yeah, but
They haven't got a home to go back to, Nikki.
Well,
so please,
okay.
have a warm
I'm
heart.
really sorry about what's going on.
Have a
Not
warm
paying-
heart,
not
Nikki.
paying for you to be here
Have a
every day.
warm heart,
No,
Nikki.
No.
Huh? Have a caring heart.
No, I haven't. Because, fair enough, that might have gone on where you live, where you come from. But come in here, do a job.
Do a job.
Do a job. There's plenty out there.
The-
I found a job within. Do you know what? I applied for 90 odd jobs. Not actually, it was near 100. I got a job within 9 weeks.
Well done.
It's out
It's
there.
the big debate
And then
show.
for a second job, 3 weeks, I got another job.
It's the big
They're
debate
out
show.
there.
I'm your host, the judge. If you've just tuned in, you might have seen a little fire going on, but that's what it's all about. That is what the show is all about. Has Britain gone too far with immigration? You know, I done a thing on the road where the judge went round and spoke to the public. You must have seen it on my Facebook page, and I had the mic and I went down to a few towns and I asked them, and the public said to me, Nikki, the public said to me, they don't mind people coming over here from other countries as long as they come over here and put something in the system.
Is that not what I just been saying?
I'm not saying you're not saying it. I'm just trying to explain to the
Yeah,
viewers.
so
It's not just me and you talking to ourselves, Nikki. We don't know who's listening. So I've got to speak to the viewers too. And it is true. I mean, as long as you put into the system, but if I've heard a lot of guys saying to me, look, Dave, I've heard people, there's going to be civil war soon, you know, there's going to be riots, you know.
What kind of people do you mix with?
It's not so much I mix with. I like to lend my ear to as much
Civil
people, a
war.
whole range of people, you know, and I'm not the type of man to just say, I'm just going to listen to this type. You know, if you've got extreme views, or even if you're right wing, I will listen to you. It doesn't mean I will agree with you.
What's civil war got to do with immigration?
Well, some of the guys that I spoke to says if it carries on like this, because they're taking our jobs, there's gonna be war, but that's just the extreme part. What do you think, my viewers? If you've just tuned into the Big Debate Show, I'm your host, 07818361551. Has Britain gone too far with immigration? 25 minutes have gone, Nikki.
I also think they allow communities get away with too much.
What do you mean? Can you expand on that, please?
With allowing certain laws being introduced.
Like? What you trying to say?
What's that law called?
Are you trying to target a certain community? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. You're not that ignorant.
Explain to me. What do you mean?
Well, the
Can you
ones
stand back a little bit?
No, I think that to do these marches where they put down British people for what they wear or what they don't wear is quite...
What are you talking
vicious.
about? I honestly don't know what you're talking about, Nikki. Because the debate tonight is, has Britain gone too far with immigration?
Yes,
and
you know what?
now you're talking about clothes. This ain't a fashion. We're not talking about fashion now, Nikki.
Oh, it's got to do with clothes because you're walking down the street with your shoulders showing and they're giving you all that.
Who's they? What are you talking about?
A certain Islamic community. Look, it's not all of them. It's a certain group. I don't agree with them. I don't agree with them. I don't think.
Well, they might not agree with you, Nikki.
Well,
they
I don't
might
care.
not agree with you.
I don't care, but this is
what are you trying to say? I still can't understand what you're saying.
If I went to their country, right, I would respect their morals, their standards. I would cover up. If I went to their country, I would cover up.
Yes.
They can't come here and tell me how to dress. And if I don't, start...
Who's telling you personally? No one's ever told me how to dress. Who's told you how to dress?
You're a bloke.
So who told you how to dress, Nikki?
Listen, you need to start investigating about...
I don't know where you're going with this. I really don't know where you're going with this, Nikki.
Are you really that ignorant? Oh my days, you that ignorant?
It's not so much ignorance. I can't understand what you're trying to say. You're talking about clothes.
Yes.
And we're talking about off-the-shoulder cuffs. I can't understand. It's
are
the
you
Big
really
Debate
that
Show.
Dippy?
What? I'm not dippy. What are you trying to say, Nikki?
I don't really know about
so
it.
what if somebody? Who are you talking about? I don't understand.
I've got to say it again. I've said it about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and that's their culture. Everyone
exactly
has a right. Just have to.
But they
you don't have to
enforce it onto us. This is our country.
Well,
this is how we live.
One's enforced it. I can't see. You're still wearing the Big Debate top, and it looks nice. I mean, you still got your hairdo. You haven't put something over your head. So what do you mean by enforce? I can't understand you, Nikki. Sometimes I really can't understand you.
Let's move on before I knock you out. Seriously, are you
that? Oh my word!
I can't believe you're that ignorant.
Can you hold on a minute? This is the judge. And I've been doing this show for the last 3 weeks. And you've just said something that's kind of upset me.
I don't care.
Knock
I really don't.
me out.
Because,
my
honestly,
viewers,
are you really that ignorant?
I honestly can't believe you just said that. I never knew you had that in you, Nikki.
Well, why not? Everyone's saying I'm
me
heartless.
out. No. You're going to knock the judge out live on the Big Debate Show?
No.
And I'm on the floor? Huh? So it's just your show? You want it to be just your show now?
No, I don't want it to be
So
my show.
why you want to be violent with me? Knock me out?
Because you're going on ignorant now.
Change the words, Nikki. I will not condone any type of violence on the Big Debate Show. Knock me out? Abuse, man. Abuse. That's another show. Abuse. Men getting beaten up by women. That's another show. But for now, for all my viewers out there, I hope you're enjoying the show. It's half an hour has gone. It goes really quick. And if you have something to say on, has Britain gone too far on immigration? You know what to do. It's the Big Debate Show. Nikki, please, don't be a violent woman. The world don't need violence.
Well, don't be so ignorant then.
Don't be a violent woman. Even if I say the wrong things, don't use violence. Don't use your fists against me. Talk to me, Nikki. That's why I've got you on the show. I don't condone violence. 07818 361 551 is the Big Debate Show. Immigration. Let me tell you this. Yeah? what would all the farmers, you see,
Oh,
all the people, yes, picking those strawberries on the field,
Actually,
doing
gypsies do
all
that.
those
A lot of gypsies do that.
dirty jobs. Do you know what? This is what I don't like. Yeah? So many British people. I ain't gonna work for that amount of money. Yeah?
Oh, I totally agree.
And
yeah.
migrants come over here and they will work for that amount of money. So guess what? Yeah? Don't sit on your ass. Get up and find work. Don't blame the immigrants for taking the jobs. The jobs are for everyone. Back to you, Nikki.
There's jobs everywhere.
That's back to you. I'll let you have your say.
I've said it.
You've said it?
I've said it.
Wow, I can't believe it.
No,
You've got nothing.
It's like hitting me against a brick wall with you.
It's not. Wait. It's no. It's called the Big Debate Show.
Yeah,
so
but with
you've got to say something apart from talking violence and trying to knock me out. There's. I won't. I can't take that.
Well, it's either that or if I knock my head on the wall.
Well,
so.
just don't do that. It's the Big Debate Show. Has immigration gone too far? Let me say this to you. Yeah. Let me say this to you. You've got 26%, yeah, of doctors.
I know, because I told you that.
Yeah, and
Actually, it's nurses.
I
it's
went.
Doctors.
I went to the hospital last week, Nikki. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to the hospital not because of me. I'm touch wood. I'm in good health. But when I went to the hospital and I saw so many different nurses from so many different countries.
Because the good ones are
It's
British
absolutely
nurses are going
pleasure.
abroad where they're getting paid for doing the job they're doing and they
It is
deserve
a
it.
pleasure. And now you've got the rise of UKIP. The rise of UKIP. Yeah? And it seems like I watch a lot of TV like so many viewers out there, and it seems like people are starting to turn on
See, that's
the
a
major
problem. That's
parties.
You're watching TV. You're watching too much media that's just feeding rubbish to you.
Feeding rubbish. I don't think it's rubbish to know that UKIP is starting to rise in this country. I don't think it's rubbish, Nikki.
It is rubbish because people are watching the media and they're following UKIP. They're listening to the media, but yeah, they're not listening to what UKIP really does represent.
And what do they represent, Nikki?
Do I have to repeat myself about
Just
10
talk.
times? 20
20 times. Just in case someone's just tuned into the Big Debate Show.
They want to privatise National Health Service.
And what about...
Education they're cutting back on.
Mhm.
They want cutbacks on everything.
But they want to come out of Europe. And as you said,
Yeah, I think they need to come out of Europe.
yeah, you need to control the gate.
Yes, they do.
And the only way to control the gate, Nikki,
It's to come out
is
of
to
Europe.
come out of
And I
Europe.
think we should.
And UKIP has said if they came into power, they will come out of Europe. And a lot of people
I wouldn't
like
vote
the
for 'em.
feeling of that. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
I would never vote
I'm
for-
not here to...
I mean, I totally think we should come out of Europe to cap it and follow suit like Canada and Australia to cap and just bring in people.
Well, I will disagree with you, Nikki. I'm going to disagree with you because I tell you something.
Open
Most
the gates,
of
let them
our
come in.
business is in Europe. And once we come out of Europe, it's not going to be a pretty sight. Yeah, so I'm not going to agree with you to come out of Europe.
Well, something needs to be done.
Something
Something
needs to be done, but it's not coming out of Europe, Nikki. 07818 361 551.
And it's not just.
It's the Big Debate Show.
It's not just the European. If we've got other countries as well coming in. Yeah, Europeans have contributed, whereas people who are out of Europe have made a deficit in our country.
It all helps. And like I said, coming out of Europe will be a bad move. What do you think, my viewers? We've got 25 minutes to go. If you like to say something on the Big Debate Show, don't hesitate. Don't wait to the last minute. Come on. You must have something to say on immigration. You're just sitting there. Don't just sit there. Get involved in the Big Debate Show.
I must have wound someone up who wants to call in.
Pardon?
I must have wound someone up who wants to call in.
It's not about winding
Well,
up.
I'll
It's
tell
just
you so.
stating your facts, Nikki.
It's not facts. They're not all facts. It's my opinion.
Well, your opinion, and there'll be a lot of people who won't agree with your opinion.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I'll be
mean they will phone in. They just don't agree with it. But I will tell you this. Immigration is important for this country. And I'm glad that, I tell you, the immigrants that I know, especially, as I say, I always like to bring them up because I've seen it with my own eyes, a massive influx of Eastern Europeans coming in this country. So when you say that's what I have to talk about, because that's what I can see with my own eyes. And the ones that I know might not be hundreds, but the ones that I know are coming here and they're hard workers.
Yeah, the ones that work, they do. They really work. But there's also a percentage of them who don't. And it's not just Eastern Europeans. I mean, that particular woman I was telling you about was not from Europe. She was from somewhere else. But it's just, if you ain't got a job, don't come. There's nothing here for you.
It's easy for you to say, if you ain't got a job, don't come.
What do you mean it's easy for me to say?
It's easy for you to say,
What?
but everybody wants to better their life, Nikki.
What, and come here and not have a job to go to? How are they bettering their life? How are they going to better their life in
You've
this country
seen
without a job?
one woman.
No.
One woman.
Don't go off. Look, go off.
You've seen one woman.
There's plenty
And this
of
is
them.
what you're going to decide that they're coming over here and they're sitting on benefits. Come on.
And you're quite happy for that. You're quite happy that people want a better life and they're doing that by coming to England and not working. You're happy with that?
I tell you what I'm happy with.
Good luck to you.
I tell you what I'm happy with. Yeah? Because I don't want you to put any words into my mouth.
Well, you're obviously happy with it.
I'm happy with migrants coming over here and contributing to this
but what about the ones that
beautiful
don't?
Country.
What about the ones that don't? What's your opinions of them?
You're not going to get everybody from it's impossible.
No,
that's like saying all British people and all those young mums who've had babies when they're young.
Oh, hold on a second, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know you're going to say something there.
Right.
Go on.
I was a young single mum. I had 3 jobs on the trot, plus
That's
a
you,
university.
Nikki. That's you. Nikki.
Plenty of women. There's plenty
but
of young
there's
girls
plenty
out there.
who haven't. There's plenty girls out there who've sat on their ass, had babies, and think and think, ooh, I can get a house now. Ooh, look at this benefits I get. There are girls out there who thought like that.
You can't get a house, and it's
whatever.
well known.
In my days, you could.
Yeah, but you can't these days, and that's where you're ignorant again because you don't know the current situation, do you? Carry on.
What I'm saying to you is
they're going to dirty, mingy little hostels.
Yes.
For like 3 years. And you think they're getting pregnant to get into that hostel with damp and everything.
What I'm saying to you is this: we can't. I'm not the type of man to be
go
shooting down.
We're talking about immigrants, and you're bringing up single mothers.
I'm not the type of person to go and shoot down immigrants. I am not the type of man to shoot down young mums.
You just did.
What I'm saying is,
you said all these young mums have got no job.
No, there is
sitting
some.
On their ass getting pregnant.
There is some.
There's not some.
There
a large
is
majority
some.
Of them do 'em.
Okay,
No.
there is some. And what I'll say to you is,
don't even go there because you don't even know what you're chatting about.
Let me say this to you.
You don't know what you're chatting about.
All right, then. Let me say this to you, Nikki. Let me say it to you. Yeah, we're talking about immigration. Okay,
yes, not young
and
mums.
the reason why I brought up young mums and lazy British people is because there is a lot of British people who are sponging off the system too. So I don't care what you say. I don't care how much you want to shout in my ears.
Do not discriminate against a vulnerable community as young women.
And don't discriminate about immigrants that are coming over here from war-torn countries that are trying to have a better life.
If they haven't got a job, have a better life.
Have a better life.
Yes, I'm all for that if you're working. But if you're not working...
That's if they can get a job.
Well, don't come here then.
You can't say that. No, you can't be like that, Nikki. You have to help people. You've got to try and help people.
You know what? The whole world, come to England because we'll help you.
Oh, Nikki. I'll tell you something. It's the Big Debate Show. I'm your host, the judge. If you've just tuned in, you'll see us shouting away, but we do shout, but I try to keep it calm. Has Britain gone too far with immigration? Has Britain gone too far with immigration? We got 20 minutes left. 20 minutes on the show. 07818 361 551. If you don't want to phone in, use the Facebook or the Twitter. Now, you know what? my own experiences, Nikki, I will say this: I haven't seen any lazy immigrants. My own experience. Maybe you have. I haven't seen. Everybody. It's better to work. It's better.
I thought you watched TV.
My own experience, what I've seen, what I've been out there.
You're not seeing the benefit programs.
What I've seen out there, the majority want to come over here and do some work.
Yeah, but there's a lot that don't, and I know that because
You
I'm
can't.
on the ground.
Yes, but
You don't, because you don't tell me what I know and what I don't know because of
you can't
what
get
I
everybody
do,
working, Nikki.
I know you can't, but
You're gonna have spongers, Nikki.
I know, and I
You're
think
going
we've
to
got
have
enough
spongers.
British spongers to deal with.
You're gonna
let
have
alone
migrant spongers
yeah,
too.
but I think
You're going to have that, Nikki. You
Yeah,
can't
and
stop
you
that.
need to
You're
go
gonna have
home.
1 and 2 or
They need to
3
go.
that have dropped through the net.
No, they need to go.
Where
Because
they
we've got our own scroungers that's got to be
You're
dealt
not
with.
gonna get them out. It's easy. They need to go.
They do.
You-
They don't.
they ain't
Actually, they
going
don't need to go.
nowhere,
They
Nikki.
don't need to come into the country.
Well, they're
because
coming
we've
in.
got our own scroungers sitting on their bum. We don't need more coming in.
Well, they're coming in, Nikki.
Yeah, if they're working, cool. But if they're not,
Well, that's your opinion. And my viewers, I'd like to hear your opinion. If you've got something to say on has Britain gone too far with immigration, it is a touchy one. You know, I feel the heat. I feel the heat from you tonight, Nikki. I mean, you're shouting at me.
yeah,
You
but
want
you're
to knock me
discriminating.
out.
Yeah, because
I
you're
mean,
ignorant.
no, man. Mm-mm. No. Don't knock out the judge on the big debate show. Come on now. If you really think that migrants have come over here and not contributed, you know, you see them coming over here, taking your jobs, you've seen how they've put a strain on your resources in
They're
your
not
own
taking
town,
your jobs.
whatever you think.
They're not
Tell
taking
me.
your jobs. They're just taking the jobs that you lazy British people ain't taking.
Oh, say to the viewers.
I just did.
So
They're not taking your jobs. So that's what I keep saying. I have not got a problem with immigration if they're coming to the jobs
Good.
and they're making a contribution.
Proud of you.
Don't take the mick,
Proud of you.
right? What I've got a problem with is the ones that come over here thinking they're having a better life and benefits. They're the ones I've got problems with. The same way I've got problems with the British ones who sit on the backsides and don't want to work because they're quite happy bringing them in.
You're not the
From
only
benefits.
one in that boat. I would say the majority of people
And
that
there
have
is jobs out
tuned
there.
in tonight would agree, yeah, that if you're coming over here to work, they haven't got a problem with it. But if you're coming over here to sponge, of course, we don't want spongers.
Oh, well, you just said you did bring them in.
No, I didn't say I don't. I didn't say.
Oh, you
I said
did,
you.
because I
There's
said-
going to be a percentage
No,
of
you
people
said-
that will sponge.
You said you were quite happy for them to come over.
I never used the word happy, Nikki.
You said,
Don't
oh
put
no,
words in my
you
mouth.
said. You,
Don't put words in my mouth,
you
Nikki.
did. You said they were happy for them
Don't
to come
put
over.
words in my mouth.
They might have come from war torn. They need to come here for a better life. Let them come. Even if they're on benefits, they've got no job. You said let them come. So you're quite happy for them lot.
What I'm happy with
Pay
is
for 'em
that
then.
this
Then
country,
you won't be so happy. But mind you are paying for them because it's your tax money. They're
not only mine, there's a lot. But
Exactly.
guess what? There's, you know, we have this thing about immigrants, and I hear, you know, when I do my little researches and I go out and I speak to people, and people have their own opinions, and you know, and you look on the country where the recession, it had nothing to do with migrants coming over. It was all about the bankers, and they've affected this country more than any other person
But
that's
that's
come
a
over
different
here.
shadow.
It's what I'm trying to say is fact. They've done more damage than any migrants in this country. Everyone says, "Oh, you see, people have to look deeper. Yeah, they've got to look deeper into certain things. Don't just watch the news and hear what people say, because immigrants have done a good part and have. If you look on the Olympics, Nikki, and you look on how many immigrants from, you know, their parents have come from Somalia and or Jamaica and all around the world, and they've all done wonders for this country, especially in the Olympics. It is one of those things that I think to myself that you don't jump on the bandwagon, Yeah, don't jump on the bandwagon. Don't just think, oh, they're coming over here taking our jobs and getting all passionate and angry about. Look into what? When you watch the TV and you see sports and you see businesses and how many migrants have come over here and are business leaders in this country. It's a beautiful thing.
Forget about that.
I can't, Nikki.
I'll tell you what the issue is with some people is not the big businesses. It's the skilled jobs like the plumbing jobs, the construction jobs, it's the shop jobs. They're the ones that are affecting people more because they're saying, oh, they're taking our jobs. No, they're not. The jobs were there. You just didn't go for it because you're thinking, oh, £7 an hour. That ain't
Talking about construction and all that, I know there's builders out there and people that are in that trade, and they said that the migrants have come over here and they've undercut them.
They haven't, because there's a law there
I've
that
heard
stops
that.
them from
I've
doing
heard
it.
that.
But they're chatting rubbish to you because they're ignorant themselves. There's a law to stop the undercutting. And if they're undercut, well, that's when you get them done, innit?
07818 361 551. I'm the judge for the Big Debate Show with Nikki, and you know what? This is one of those topics that it can really wind people up, you know. And I'm very surprised because I thought there would have been at least one caller in tonight, you know, to say what's on their mind. Because people, when I talk to people on the street, if you watch my debates on the road, people are coming up to me, Nikki, young and old, coming up to me and expressing their feelings about immigration. And it's one of those things that it is at the forefront of a lot of topics. Immigration, Nikki. It is one of those topics that can wind people up and get people heated, especially when they feel frustrated. It's the Big Debate Show.
It's the ignorance that frustrates me.
I'm the host, the judge, with Nikki. I won't say violent Nikki.
I'm not violent.
I'll say passionate Nikki. Yeah, you're passionate tonight. Listen, we've come a long way, yeah? And I will say this, my parents came over here and they done their part for this country, yeah? We were invited from the West. Please, can I finish? Yeah, you don't want to talk, let me talk. We were invited from the West Indies to come over here, as my daddy told me. You know, and they came over here and they worked hard for the country. And, you know, even back in the wars, the Sikhs fought for this country. You have the Gurkhas, you have the West Indians. All types of people make up this country. Yeah, it's not just British, white. It's a lot in that pot. And I say this on the Big Debate Show. Most of the people
Britain ain't white though.
Contribute a good amount for this country, and I'm proud that I was born here, you know.
And I'm saying Britain ain't white. Where you getting Britain's white?
The majority.
White. It's not. Britain is.
Hold on. The majority ain't white, Nikki?
Yeah, the majority is white.
Thank you. Carry on now.
Britain is not white. It's multicultural, and that's what I love about
I know that. I didn't say it wasn't, but I'm saying that the majority is white.
Yeah, it's white.
But what I'm saying to you is that people have
some cities it's not.
People have to
white,
realise
majority.
what migrants have contributed to this country. Hello. Welcome to the Big Debate Show.
Hello, Judge. Hello, Nikki.
Hi.
Hello, and what's your name, sir?
It's Kenzie.
Hello, Kens. You've made it in time. You've got 10 minutes. You're one of the lucky ones. What we'd like to say, yes, you've got 10 minutes to go. What we'd like to say on tonight's topic?
Right. Well, I think the UK's benefited from immigration. I think overall. I suppose back in the day, there was a call, you could say, for people from different countries to come to the UK.
That's right.
When the UK was seen more as the empire and they had various colonies in different countries and stuff, do you know what I mean? But I suppose the difference now is the whole link with Europe. But I think it's about those people who are coming across the borders illegitimately. And I think you've got some of those who still want to come and work and some of those who don't. I think one of the other things with that is that some of those people are watching other people who are already here, who aren't immigrants and who aren't working, and thinking, I can do the same.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
But I think, or from what I've seen, as far as like, you know, UK borders and that sort of thing, it's, I suppose it's seen as quite easy
to come over here and to get the benefits that a lot of people have got. Kenzie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think it's, well, I mean, accessing benefits is one thing, but but I think it's seen as being okay and being easy to get here. I mean, once you're in here, sort of thing is, unless someone in the UK, an immigrant who's picked up, if the police pick them up and they can't prove, or they haven't got proof of their ID, to send them, if they've not got a passport, send them back to the UK, back to whichever country they come from, then it's very difficult for them to deport that individual.
Thank you, Kenzie. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate what you said today, you know, and it's nice to have the first caller in. And Kenz, I appreciate exactly what you said, and thank you for calling in.
Okay then. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Nikki. All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
But I can't say how it's a problem to be sent back. I'll tell you something, it's cheaper to send them on a flight, which is probably £50 EasyJet, than what it is to pay out £50 a week on benefits. Send them back.
Send them back. That's what Nikki says. Do you agree with Nikki? Send them back. Send them back if they just want to scrounge and sponge in this country. Or are you the type of person to say, listen, we don't know their backgrounds. We don't know where they've come from. We don't know what struggles they've had. Give them a chance in Britain.
No, because there's families here from Britain who are struggling and they're not given that luxury of being sent to different places around England because they need to be moved for their own protection. So why the hell give it to someone who's come from a different country? They can't even do it to British people who are running away from abuse and from violence. No. £50 EasyJet, back you go.
British people first.
Yes, they're the ones who pay into the system, not these ones who just come over on the boat.
Okay, we have another caller.
Or the Eurotunnel.
We have another caller. Welcome to the Big Debate Show.
Hello, George. Evening.
Good evening. And what would you like? No, what is your name, sir? What is your name, please?
My name is Sue.
Hi, Sue. And what would you like to say on the Big Debate Show?
Well, I would agree with you and a little bit with Nikki as well, because I think I haven't got a problem as well, as long as they come over and they're working and they're contributing to society, then that's fine. But what I do have a problem with is if they come over, they've got no jobs, and then they're just living off the state. I have a problem with that. And
what kind of plan would you have then for the ones that come over here? Because it's kind of hard to stop them. What would you do, Sue? You know, it's hard to say, you know, it's very hard. We all say yes, coming over here, and the ones who ain't working, but how can we stop that?
Well, I think if they have to come over and then maybe get them some sort of education or some training, something like that.
Okay, thank you, Sue. Thank you for your comments.
No problem.
Thank you very much. I hope you keep tuning to the Big Debate Show.
Oh, I will, definitely.
Thank you again, Sue. That was Sue. Thank you.
So we've got to pay for their training then now as well, on top of it all.
Well, that's Sue's.
But at the end of the day, she said she just agreed with me a little bit. Actually, what she agrees with is exactly what I've been saying.
Well, guess what?
What?
This is the judge, and I'm gonna shoot down anyone who
I'm not shooting
has.
down, but I'm
We've got
just,
5 minutes, and anyone who comes in and wants to express their feelings, you can do it on the show. We have a
Right.
text.
Yeah, we've got a text. Right, we do amnesties on guns and knives. How about an amnesty on benefits? 12 months benefits. Amnesty will stop immigration and might even get lazy Brits leaving too. 12 months of that will clean the slate and might even boost economy. Gwen, well done.
Well,
Totally agree with
I
that.
tell you something. Thank you for that text, Gwen.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. But guess what? We're living in the real world, and that's a fantasy. And the judge doesn't deal with
How can it be a
fantasies.
if it's put to politicians?
As
how
I
can you
said,
do something?
I don't.
People
I,
ain't voicing it. If they voiced
I am
it,
sorry.
it might not be a fantasy.
I deal with the reality, and the reality is this.
Well, hopefully someone will
That-
see this show and do something about it.
That will never come in. But I appreciate what you said, Gwen. Thank you very much for
Totally agree with
that.
that one, though.
We have we've got 4 minutes. The lines are closed, and it's amazing. Why they wait for the last 15 minutes to get
I
involved?
don't know.
Why they wait to the last minute to say something on the show? And
Because I've been sitting here trying not to
Kenzie,
lose the plot.
I appreciate it. Sue, I appreciate it. And Gwen for that last text. I appreciate it. This is the judge for the Big Debate Show. It's time to round up. It's time to round up. Immigration. It's a fiery subject. It's one of those subjects. I mean, there's no right and wrong. Everyone has their own opinion. We've heard it tonight. Even though it was a couple of callers, we heard it tonight. Everyone seems to be, if they're coming over, Nikki, and they're putting something in the system,
Well, that's what I said.
they are happy. Well,
Yeah,
it's,
that's what I've been
it's-
saying all along.
it's not just about what you said, it's about what I'm saying. So it's not just what you're saying
But
and
we've
big
also,
tick.
We've also
Yeah?
got someone else said,
Go on there.
oh no, it's the same. Yeah, they agreed. Someone's just
Read it
Facebook
out quickly.
Facebook the same thing, they more or less, and what Gwen
What
said.
did they say?
The same thing.
Can you read it out, please?
The same thing.
Exactly. Okay. All right then. No problem. No problem. Well, thank you for that. It's 2 minutes and the show is over. But before I go, next week's show, in fact, first I'd like to thank everybody who phoned in and texted into the show. It's all about people's opinions, Nikki. And when I turn to you and you say to me, that's what I've been saying, I'm not trying to get your...
No, but you're just going.
I'm not
like
trying to
that.
get
I
a
didn't
big
say
tick
that.
off you, yeah? I don't need
I'm not
to...
gonna give you a tick,
I don't
no.
need to hear that you agree or you disagree. It's all about opinions, yeah?
That's my opinion.
Ken's had his, Sue and Gwen. So it's all about opinions. So I don't need you to agree or whatever you feel like. All I'm saying to you is this: the majority of people kind of agree with if they're coming in, yeah? As long as they're coming in and doing something, as long as they're coming in and working and putting something in the system, they are happy. You've said it, I've said it, and it seems like other people have said it too. And that is true. Immigration does boost this country, yeah? Immigration puts a lot of money. Migrants do their part, and it's healthy. This country is a big pot. It's a mix of cultures and people from all different backgrounds, different places all around the world, and it all helps for Great Britain. And my parents, they came from Jamaica. I'm sure your parents from Ireland, Nikki,
One half,
One
yeah.
half. So, you know what I mean? It's not a case of stopping people from coming in, but we want the best. We want the skillful ones. We want the ones that are willing to work. That's what I think, the judge. And I'm not the type of man to say close the doors, but I'm going to round up. It's been an intense debate tonight, but next week's show is it okay to have sex on the first date? Next week's show, next Monday, get involved. Is it okay to have sex on the first date? I'd like to thank the good staff from Bloodfire Studios and AJLR Media. I'd like to thank Nikki once again for her voice, her opinions. Thank you. But most of all, I'd like to thank you, the viewers, who've took time out to tune in to watch the Big Debate Show. I am the host, the judge, and each and every Monday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. you will be able to see me live and debate with me live. Thank you very much. One more thing I like to say, I always have to end with this. We all have a voice. Thank you once again. The Big Debate Show.